I'm not going to be silent this time. You thought I was going to be quiet and I wasn't. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, no, and it's so close to the clap that, like, whoever's editing it is going to have a pain in the ass to keep them apart. What you've actually done is made it even worse.
Yes.
You've done something worse.
I have taken it to pieces. Welcome back to the Co-Pilots podcast, assuming you have listened to us before, because if you haven't, fuck knows why you're starting here. So we are going to be taking a look at the pilots of 2 animated shows today, which are... Richard?
Funny.
Correct!
No, that's my entire... I'm summarising both of them.
Is that you done?
That's all I'm saying, yeah. That's me done for the episode.
That's it. Okay, that's great. So we're going to talk about Bojack Horseman and Rick and Morty.
Well, you're going to talk about them.
Oh, well, because you've said all you.
I've said all I need to say about these shows. So.
Ah, that's confusing. I thought Bojack Horseman was older than Rick and Morty. I don't know why. I guess because Rick and Morty's only recently come to my attention. About this time last year I started watching Rick and Morty. So.
Yeah, Rick and Morty really sort of flew under the radar for
ages
a
and
long time, and then was just like
everywhere.
Right, and it was like, oh, okay. Because I'd been hearing about it for like a year before I actually watched it. Because I was a bit sort of like, I guess, snobbish, and I was like, no, I don't watch cartoons anymore. And I watched the first... Well, like, because for the most part I don't. Like, most of the shows I watch are all live action. I don't really watch... I can't, apart from Rick and Morty, I can't think of any animated shows that I watch.
That's true, actually. Like, if The Simpsons is on, I'll stick it on. But Family Guy, I have dropped off of. I used to love Family Guy.
That's because Family Guy used to be good.
Yeah, and then it just went shit, which is a shame.
Which, I mean, The Simpsons did as well. Like, I really enjoyed
Yeah.
some episode, like early episodes of The Simpsons, but not.
I think pretty much series 1 to like 9 of The Simpsons is brilliant, and then it just goes downhill.
But I was always firmly in the belief that Futurama was better than The Simpsons anyway. So
see, I didn't get into Futurama, and I kind of wish I had, because I feel like I'd have liked it, like at the same time as I'd liked Simpsons, but we didn't have Sky One at the time. But when it was airing,
I mean, I guess this actually floats quite nicely onto Rick and Morty, the whole Futurama thing. But like Futurama is somewhere between The Simpsons and Rick and Morty. In that The Simpsons is great because they have like, there's a real suspension of disbelief, but it's all contained on like, by the rules of like Earth.
Yeah.
Whereas Futurama's set way in the future when everything like space travel and all that shit's real, so they can kind of do
whatever they
want. And then Rick and Morty just goes one step further and just goes, we're also adult, so we can do and say whatever we want.
The other thing that I love, and we will get into the thing I love about Rick and Morty, is it's a sci-fi cartoon, and it never forgets that. It does some proper inventive shit.
Yeah, there's like, I think the more recent episodes where he has like a battery that's like just a small universe inside, like, yeah, basically like a miniaturized universe that powers some stuff, and then to solve the same problem, that miniature universe has another miniature universe, and so they just go down this rabbit hole of getting smaller and smaller, and then just being like, oh,
do you know,
this is not good.
I need to watch them again, actually. I loved them. They are so good. The one that sticks out in my mind is there's an episode where, do they have a TV remote or something? But basically they split the dimensions, and it takes up, like, you see the screen splits in half, and you see the two events carrying themselves out, like they go down different routes at the same time, and then it splits off into like 6. It keeps going and going and going until there's like 16 tiny screens all at the same time, where all these different eventualities have happened. That was so clever.
Yeah, and it really reminded me of playing like split screen games on like really old cathode ray TVs, where I was like, what's going on in each of those scenes? I can't quite see, it's too small. But no, I really like that. It's also quite sort of, I don't know, there's some like little bits of like Deadpool style humour in there as well. Like, there's some very easy like dick jokes and stuff, and then but also it has like some fourth wall breaks, which I really like.
Like the where they do the TV things where it says like, oh, it's a commercial in a commercial, and they're looking at the camera. There's one bit, I can't remember what
I think there's one bit where he talks about like, I think it's at the end of season 3. He's just like, well, maybe there'll be a season 4. We don't know. Depends if the guy drawing this can be bothered.
We should actually like say what it's about, because we've gone straight in but not actually said what is it. So it was taken from Rick and Morty, based on Doc Brown and Marty McFly from Back to the Future, but it's like a twisted version. So like, what if Doc was a drunk and Morty was just pathetic, and they just go, they have adventures.
Yeah, the thing, what I like about it is like the whole conceit of the show is very simple. It's just like this week we're going to go somewhere. Something probably quite bad is going to happen to Morty. Rick's going to fix it, for the most part. But then there are like weird, like not weird, but like some overarching like recurring characters and story arcs that like come back around, and it's just very clever.
But the other side to it is there's some deep emotional stuff going on. There's a lot. It's the first series, and pretty much series and a half, or maybe even 2 series. It's about a family breaking up.
Yes.
Because it ends with his parents getting divorced, and you know, there's times where, you know, he's chatting to his sister, like that famous one where he says, you know, the world's going to shit, everyone's going to die, and no one gives a fuck, we're all fucked. Do you want to come watch telly? You know, because because their world is because their parents are splitting up. You're watching a relationship failing, particularly the episode where Rick shows them their sort of ideal life. Like, they put these VR goggles on and they see an alternate reality version of themselves where they do everything they ever wanted to do. And it's, you know, Jerry, his dad, points out, oh, you know, to his wife, I'm not in yours, which is ridiculous. And then at the end of the episode, it ends with him, or is it her, running into the house and then barging in on the other one. They realise how much they miss each other. It's like, Jesus Christ, there's proper emotional heft to a lot of this.
I think one of my favourite sort of parts like that is where the mum thinks that she's been cloned. Yeah, Beth thinks she's been cloned, and like keeps going at Rick about, like, have you cloned me? How many times have I died and you've just replaced me? And he just refuses to answer.
I don't remember that episode.
No, it's like really nice because it's kind of like because I think Rick says it like I really like offhand, like she's like, oh, but what if like Morty dies? And he's just like, well, I mean, I could just clone him and replace him. And she's just like, has that happened to any of us? But I can't remember what the rest. I need to watch this again, actually.
Yeah, I'm just looking through it, a couple of episodes. I'm like, oh my god, this was so good.
I think my problem is, I literally just blasted through it in like, I think
I don't remember
like,
it.
Not even like a couple of days, like a day or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Do you know what I was doing? I just remembered. I went into Hobbycraft on my way home because I drove past the Hobbycraft on my way home from work, and I drove into it because I'd been in there the other day and I saw an Airfix TIE Fighter, and I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to get one of them and build that. So I'd sat at our
How far did you get with your Airfix? Because I bought one, I did not get very far.
Basically, I didn't even finish painting all the parts before I started assembling it. I glued the pilot into his cockpit, and I glued bits of the cockpit together, but that was it. But yeah, I was painting.
See, I did the same. I glued my little pilot into his seat, and I went, oh, I'm just gonna like prime everything, and then
that's exactly what I went to do.
And then sort of like put it in a box.
Yeah, I can look at it now. If I turn around, there it is. I can see it over there.
I can see the box.
But yeah, I was just building and painting this thing while watching Rick and Morty, and I think I went through all of them.
Yeah, I think I was editing. I think I had like 2 or 3 podcasts.
Yeah.
That I was just sat editing, watching Rick and Morty. Actually really slowed down the workflow. But
it will do that.
But no,
And
I
it was
think
huge.
I think I've actually watched it through twice.
See, I think I might have. I think I've watched the first 2 series through twice, and I've got vivid memories of starting the 3rd series because my car.
So I think I watched some of the 3rd series with you.
That does ring a bell. Now that you've said that, I think because it was around last summer it came out, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
maybe it was in London or something. I don't know.
April to October, maybe actually. Yeah, I remember watching the Mad Max episode because I was waiting for my car to get his tyre changed. I was just sat at McDonald's, just like nothing to do, so I just watched Rick and Morty on my phone. Do you remember, like, because he goes on about the Szechuan sauce? Do you remember when McDonald's in America, they had a promotion where some stores got Szechuan sauce in, and there's that video of that kid. Have you seen it?
I think so.
This kid just goes fucking nuts. He just jumps up on the counter because they've run out of Szechuan sauce, and he's jumping up saying, I want the fucking Szechuan sauce. And he jumps on the floor and goes, I'm Pickle Rick, and he's rolling around on the floor. And he's like, what are you doing, you fucking idiot?
It sounds kind of funny. But like in like a why sort of way. But like, no, people probably went nuts for this show. And like, I mean, I could fully see why. But like, I just don't know how I didn't hear about it for years.
This was out like while we were at uni.
Yeah, did it air on Netflix first? Or was it...
No, it's Adult Swim.
Adult Swim.
So what's that? Is that Comedy Central? There you go, I've just sent you a link to the video of the kid jumping around.
I'll watch that in a bit.
I think it was Comedy Central. Is it Adult Swim comes out? It goes out on Comedy Central, doesn't it?
I think so. I think it aired probably in the UK. I'm not sure about.
The adult-oriented nighttime programming block of Cartoon Network. I don't really know. I don't even know if it was shown.
I just don't know how it like slid under our radar. And then it must have been when it came to Netflix that everyone was like,
holy
"Hey,
shit, yeah,
this shit's good." But I think this made me want to like, because I remember I've seen like odd episodes of Adventure Time as well, and I was just like, that looked pretty good.
I don't get that show. Which I guess
But, like,
I suppose is the point, but I just could not engage. I thought it was too childish.
Well, yeah, I think Adventure Time is actually meant for children, but like
Yeah.
it looks pretty entertaining. So I might, off the back of having enjoyed Rick and Morty, go and find that somewhere and watch that. So are you gonna continue rewatching Rick and Morty?
Fuck yeah, I'm going to rewatch it again once I finish Walking Dead and Gilmore Girls, of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of, are you going to rewatch it? I'm sure you are. You'll probably do it all tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably might even just start now.
Yeah, most definitely.
Gilmore Girls
I'll watch
update.
this again.
Give me.
Gilmore Girls update. Right. Okay. We have but one film left. We are on Autumn, and that's it. And then that is it. It's all done.
So wait, what happens in summer? I can't remember.
Summer.
Who you see again in summer?
Jess comes back, and I
Yes.
was like, "Fucking yes!" And Lisa's face dropped, and I was, and because there's a part of me.
Oh,
thinking,
is that when he gives her the pep talk in the?
Yeah, in the when she's
Local
working
paper,
for the Stars Hollow Gazette, and he comes in and is like, just write a book. And I'm like, he's the fucking one. He is absolutely the one. Because she splits up with Logan at that point. He's like, look, you're engaged to this woman. Fuck you. I'm off. And I'm like, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. She's getting up with Jess. She's getting up with Jess. And then Jess fucked off. But it did really make me laugh when Jess met up with Luke.
You could have been a contender.
He you see Luke turn up outside. And Jess goes up to him, gives him a hug, takes his hat off, and launches it. Oh,
Yeah.
I fucking pissed myself at that. And then Lorelai basically says, I'm going to go and do Wild. Which, weirdly enough, she talks about going off onto that trail. I had listened to a Joe Rogan podcast that day where he was chatting to a chap, I can't remember his name for the life of me. He was chatting to this chap who had just done the Appalachian Trail, which goes from, I think it's Georgia to Maine. Or along like this, this hiking trail and stuff, and I've been thinking about it. I was like, oh, I'd love to do that. And then she just goes and mentions the other one, like which is the other big one. I was like, holy shit, that's just a weird coincidence. But yeah, really good. I'm enjoying it. I just sort of, I don't ever want it to end. It's going to be perpetually going on. So.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be very sad.
Did you go... That means you've already been past the lines thing.
The what?
I think. Where she goes to New York.
Yes.
To do the
yeah,
lines
and they go and chat. They go and chat to people in queues. Like, what are you queuing for? And they're,
I think my favourite one is where there's just like those guys who are just like, we're just eating our lunch, and there's just like a queue behind them. And then she sleeps with a Wookiee. Oh
yeah. Eugh. Don't do that. As a Wookiee, I can confirm, not a good experience.
Well, I mean, like, the weirdest thing about that whole scene is how mother and daughter just casually just like, she's just like, I slept with a Wookiee, and it's like, you're not gonna ask like why. You're just gonna be like, did he keep the costume on?
But that's sort of the point, isn't it? That's exactly how they work. So
yeah.
But and then she pitched the book to Lorelai when they went to visit Richard's grave, and she was like, "Fuck no." So
yeah,
I feel that may change, but
will it?
I don't know when we're gonna watch it because we're really busy the rest of this week. Like, Lisa's away; she's out tomorrow night. Thursday we don't generally have time because we got to go do a big weekly shop because we're fucking boring, and then Friday we're off for a weekend away.
When am I coming to Southampton?
Are you coming to Southampton? You're very welcome to.
Well, you literally invited me, and I need to find the message that has the date on it. Although you want to go out drinking, so I don't know.
What? I thought I was coming to London.
I thought like it was Southampton.
Well, no, next week, next Friday. Because Infinity War.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll figure it out. Because there's a time that I'm coming to Southampton, but I feel like it might be too far in the future for you. Like, after you've come to London.
Wait, you're coming
in
to Southampton?
June. Yeah.
Why?
Your best man thing.
Oh shit, that thing that I arranged.
Yeah. Of all the people I know, you have the worst memory.
Yeah, I suppose. Have we said at this point on the show? Have we said that's the thing?
I don't think it's come up.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, you came down. When was it? Last month? Month before that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was for Black. It was for Black Panther, wasn't it? So it must have been like February, March. And I asked if you would like to be one of, unfortunately, my best men, and you said no. So.
Yeah, it was a really awkward, like, rest of the stay in Southampton. Just like, yeah, no, I didn't want to.
There's a reason I left it for, like, the last day. Just in case it went tits up. No, so yeah, you
didn't do that when you engaged. When you got engaged, though, first night. No qualms about her saying no.
Yeah, because...
Which would have been way more awkward. Because you were in Italy.
But I thought, do you know what? I thought, if it does go tits up, this castle's pretty big. I'll go get another room. You and my very good friend Nick, who I mentioned to you previously, the motoring journalist, and Sam, the three of you are going to be my entourage, which is a disgusting word. But so you better get a kilt.
Yep.
I don't know if this is going to be relevant to anyone, because of the people who listen to this, and let's be honest, we only know of one of them. Yeah. No one else is going to give a shit. So,
I mean, I struggle to give a shit about our lives. So,
but yeah.
So anyway, on to someone else who doesn't give a shit about his life. Bojack the Horseman.
Yes. What's this about?
It's about a horseman who is old and was a sitcom star.
On horsing around.
Yeah, basically, I think they chose Horseman to make bad horse puns and jokes for what I'm going to imagine the entire show.
Yeah, completely. It's never really explained why they're all just animals. But I think if it had just been him who was a horse and everyone else was just normal, I would have been like, that needs some explaining. Yeah.
But because it seems like this is a world populated by, like, humanoid animals. Like, it's still, like, I guess I don't want an explanation, because I imagine it's probably not very funny.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
It's probably a scientist somewhere just chuckling to himself, like, huh, I made a bad sitcom character. But, no, it seems like a very sort of kind of standard, I used to be in a sitcom story, but he's a horse.
So in order to get like a bit of publicity, bit of fame, bit of money behind him, his agent tells him, his agent, who is also his on again, off again ex-girlfriend, not ex-girlfriend, girlfriend, he tells him to write an autobiography and suggests a ghostwriter. It's basically a satire of LA and Hollywood, I think.
Yeah, which I feel like is what Entourage wanted to be.
But
If
was
they'd
shit.
if they'd only known to make their main character a horse
and
also
know,
write it better.
and likeable and not homophobic and not an arse and
Oh, do you
at
know, I'd
least
forgotten
interesting.
why you hate Entourage so much.
and less entitled.
But this isn't about Entourage.
Thank fuck.
Yeah, I just bring it up every now and again just to really like annoy you.
So had you not you've not seen?
I've
Bojack?
never seen this before.
So it's quite interesting because at the time this came out, literally, I think it was like it came out the week that I was made redundant from my job at where I was doing the gardens at this hotel that I used to go to, and it was like the week I just bought my PC. That Monday I bought my PC, and then the Friday they came up with a letter saying, yeah, you're being let go. So this came at a time where I then had 6 months of unemployment and was basically miserable. So it came at a time when it was like,
It was good to have a laugh at someone.
well, it wasn't even having a laugh. It was just like I sort of feel the same, you know. I feel like completely useless because I can't fucking get anything together and everything. So
And the real downside is that you hadn't had much of a career to write a memoir about.
no, exactly. But a very short book. Chapter 1.
Just like the
Cut
grass.
the
that you
grass.
cut.
Hey.
The title of the book is just, this book is shorter than the grass.
And that's the longest sentence in the entire book.
Yeah. It's the whole book is just, I cut grass. Like 1 page, then a bunch of blanks.
But no, I don't know why. I felt like I have this weird affinity with this show. Like it's quite special that you know, I was watching a character being shit while at the same time feeling like I was doing shit. So that was quite nice because it was the summer after uni. So you know, that was quite nice.
I could have sworn you bought. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, you bought the PC when you were at uni, didn't you?
No, it was the summer after we left. I left anyway.
Yeah, because I didn't leave.
Because
I'm actually still there.
I paid for the PC, and then that week they were like, "Hey, after next week, we don't want you around anymore."
Hey, no more paychecks. Like, but I've just bought a PC. I need more money.
Yeah. Well,
How am I going to buy the games?
exactly. So, but yeah, and the other, this is just turned into a therapy session now. The other thing that really wound me up is that my mate, who I was really close with, working at that hotel, he was on holiday that next week, so I had to come in completely on my own to do the grounds, and that felt like shit. Actually, I'm pretty
But
sure.
then they couldn't have sacked him because he was on holiday. It was just unlucky you were the one that was there.
Well, I was. In fairness, I was only a
Temp.
seasonal. Yeah, so I was literally there for the
Seasonal.
summer.
Yeah, it's basically a nice word for temp.
Yeah, pretty much. I was about to say something else happened. I can't remember what it was. No. Oh yeah, that last week. I remember. I think. Pretty sure I just read Ready Player One for a week. Oh, was it that week? No, that was.
I just
that
re-listened
was
to. I re-listened to the audiobook of that.
It's Will
last
Wheaton,
week.
isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know? I can't think of anyone better to read that book.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially because I've forgotten that Will Wheaton gets a mention, like, somewhere in the middle of the book, because they're talking about Star Trek.
Oh,
And
really?
it's just like, and yeah, like, you're kind of imagining him saying it with just like a massive smile on his face, just like, I'm in this book. But,
that's when I was getting into Walking Dead, because I remember I put all the episodes on my iPod. And I was
that's the same time I got into Walking Dead as well. I was just like full on like binge watching, just like I don't need to do anything else. Like watching like 6 episodes a day, just like.
But yeah, like there was something about, particularly in season 2 when they're at the farm, and I was in a really rundown little crappy shed in some really big grounds, a load of fields and trees around me. There was something weird about like sitting there thinking, oh, I really shouldn't be watching this, and them like holing up in a farmhouse and having to watch out for zombies and shit. There was some really weird feeling about that. But no, it was good. But yeah, Bojack's fun.
Yeah, the thing, I don't know if like, I feel like it would pretty much just be like easy watching.
Yeah.
Like quite like one of those things that I'm quite happy to watch, but like probably not care that much about.
No, that's exactly
But then
it.
I guess like it's sort of the same with Rick and Morty, because I'm just kind of like, hey, look at their adventures, and then like afterwards I'm not going like,
It's gone.
yeah, but why? Why are they doing this?
I see. I
'Cause,
feel
like-
like I could do that with Rick and Morty easier than I could do it with Bojack Horseman.
Yeah, I think it's because there's more, I guess, more scope and more like, just fully just more scope with Rick and
Yeah.
Morty, that you're like, oh, but maybe it's like one of these universes like messing with him, but with Bojack it's just like he drinks too much, that's why he can't remember stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to make his memoir really hard to write.
But I think, actually, thinking about it, the theme tune to Bojack, I fucking love it.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that as well. I was just like, good. Well, I like me a theme tune.
No, it's great. I do quite like Bojack, but I don't care about it in the same way that I do with Rick and Morty. And even though I don't particularly care about it hugely, I just think there's more to care about.
Yeah,
But
I'm just
I like
realising,
it.
do you know what I miss theme tunes on TV shows? Because you don't. It's not like you don't so much get like a jingle before your TV show anymore.
Yeah.
You just get like The Walking Dead, just like look how much more decayed this lettering is.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like Flash and Arrow and all that lot. No jingle.
Films don't have theme tunes anymore either. Like, you think, Jurassic Park and Superman and Star Wars. And
It's only really Bond. They all get like their sort of like their theme. Like Wonder Woman's theme is possibly my favourite. And when I was in the pub on Saturday, they were playing the is it the Led Zeppelin song over Thor Ragnarok?
Immigrant Song.
Yeah, they were
The
playing
one that has that real high pitched scream that's
Yeah.
that Jack Black sings in School of Rock.
Yeah, they played that. Yeah, they played that, and I was just like, I recognise this. Why do I recognise this? The guy was just like, it's from Thor, and I was like, oh yeah, I like that film. I'm gonna watch it again.
Oh, I should get the Blu-ray of that. That's good. But yeah, Bojack, are you going to carry on?
Probably because like there's not much of it. It's very easy watching.
Yeah, that's true. I think I watched the first series, but I think I stopped after that because, well, for one thing, I finished it and then I had to wait another year, and then when it came back, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not so sad anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I got a job, and then I started staying around your flat, and things looked up. So
Yeah, I feel like I know which one of those two things really made it look up. One of them was trying to drag you back down, though.
yeah,
Trying to drag you back down, just going like, no, don't go to work, just fucking stay here.
that was wicked. I finished Dark Souls around your flat. Actually, that was an important moment.
Yeah, we watched Inside Number 9 for the first time there as well.
Oh my god, that was what a night! Well, we were knackered. We were just about to fall asleep as well. And I went, I'm gonna have a bang on this. I was like, you need to fucking watch this.
Yeah, no, and then we watched, I think, like
The whole series 1.
Yeah.
We watched the whole lot.
And I just remember pausing it to just cry with laughter for the silent episode.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good.
I'm starting to like get little like tears of laughter in my eyes just thinking about that scene. Oh god, we should probably end this before I just start crying.
Yeah, again. Okay, well that was that for this week. That was a good one. I liked it. I like both those shows, which is nice.
Yeah, it's always nice when both the shows are good.
Yeah. Next week, I'm looking forward to next week for several
I thought so
reasons.
because this is the start of like the more sort of darker horror-y things.
We're getting to it. We're starting to get there. We got this is like
Isn't
scary
isn't
shit.
The Mist based on
Stephen King. Yeah. So there you go. There's The Mist.
And Riverdale is not.
No, but I've
based
wanted
on
to
the
watch
Archie
Riverdale
comics,
for a
I
while,
think.
and then you reminded me before we started the show. It was like, oh,
That uses the same set as the Gilmore Girls. Yeah, boy.
That's
Apparently,
gonna be-
you can see Luke's diner in it. Well, it's not Luke's, but you can see the building that would
That's-
be Luke's diner.
that is going to be really odd, isn't it? You know.
It depends how obvious it is.
Well, to us, I imagine fairly obvious.
I hope so, because until I see it, it's all I'm going to be looking for, and I'm not going to be paying attention.
Yeah, that is an issue. So yeah, Riverdale: The Mist coming to you in 2 weeks' time on the 27th of June.
Yes.
Because from where we are now, that's a fucking long way away.
Yeah. No, it's weird thinking about like kind of how far ahead of ourselves we are.
Yeah. So yeah, have fun, stay safe, and don't talk to any strange men. Bye.
Yep. That's how we're going to leave it.